Ni hao, ni hao.
What's
We
up,
are
man?
back. Sunday. Sunday.
Yeah,
It's a little late on Sunday, but we're here, and I see nobody here.
not yet. We've got to give them some time. It is Sunday. We did
Yeah.
tell them between 9 and 10, and we are between 9 and 10. So you're welcome.
Yeah, we are
Man,
here.
I'm worn out today.
What'd you do?
Just trying to this whole getting busy thing is cool.
Oh, for work?
Yeah, well, just like review the Pew work. I never gave stores enough credit of the little things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like bringing in a product, putting it in a pile, knowing that product either goes to person A, person B, person C, or to the website, and then setting it aside like just the inventory flow is an absolute pain in the dick.
Oh, yeah, the administrative work of it.
Yes, I'm not made for it.
What is happening? I dropped a few things here. Yeah, I mean, especially with FFL items, right? You gotta log that in.
Yeah, dude, I got through about half of the stack. Like I had like 40 something guns here. And that was the first 2 weeks of shipping. And I'm like, I got through half the stack of receiving it and attaching FFLs to it. And thankfully, Adam with Allegiant told me about this software that I bought, which it helps tremendously.
Really?
But you're still going through and inputting every digit in every FFL file. And it's just, man, fuck this. I need to hire somebody.
Yeah, I don't envy that kind of work, but I guess if you are
it's a good problem to have right now.
If you're getting it done and getting the products in to do it.
Yeah. And the guys are, I mean, for the most part, the members are like some of the most patient people on the planet. I mean, I'm not Amazon. I probably never will be. It's like you get to review something and it's kind of like our show. You may see it in 3 days. You may see it in 2 weeks. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
But anyway.
We just broadcast when we can.
So you've got some cool shit in, yeah?
Yeah, so I sent a bunch of knives out about a month, maybe a month and a half ago, to this guy that customizes knives. He makes them look real cool and rustic, and I don't know, something it doesn't have to be rustic. It can be
So you just send him any knife and he just makes it nice, basically?
Yeah. I mean, he calls you and asks what you want, so he has an idea.
Sure.
He talks to you for a little bit. And then it's like anything. I mean, it costs a little bit to get it the way that you kind of envision. So I posted a couple on my Instagram already, but I'll show you guys all of them. I sent him 6 knives, and it was not cheap. So this is the one I've been playing with the most because I bought this knife specifically to send to him. This is a Chris Reeve Sabenza 31. Mm-hmm. So it was all shiny before. It was all nice and titanium.
So you put a patina on it for you.
Yeah, he calls it the ugly finish. And then the blade was all nice and satin, but he blacked it out.
How do you do that? How do you do the patina on the grip?
I don't know. He calls it
crazy.
The ugly finish. So it looks really cool. It looks like a user now, right?
Yeah.
This was brand new when I sent it to him.
I like that work way better than a shiny knife.
Yeah, I like it too. And I did that on a couple of them. This one too. This is also a Chris Reeves, and you got that same. I told him to do the same thing on this one.
So did he do the laser etching in the side?
No. This was already there.
So when he does this to the blade, does he re-edge it for you?
Yeah, he does. I mean, it's shiny again, right?
Yeah, it looks good.
And let's see here. This was bronze colored. He took the color off. This is a Grimsmo Norseman. And then he kind of silvered it out. And then he blacked out the blade.
Wow,
and he did some polishing.
It's a face only a mother could love on that blade.
Yeah, I mean, this is their claim to fame, right?
Yeah.
And then it's literally dropped shut. So I kind of have to show you guys, I have to get my finger out of the way. So I just do that and it just guillotines you.
I cut myself with a Wii knife today. Does that count?
This is his. This was a titanium knife, and he calls it the WTF finish, and it's like a bronze green finish. It's hard to tell
Yeah,
on camera.
it looks great from here. It's similar to the last one, but it's smooth.
Yeah,
It's even. Oh wow, that's cool.
yeah. So he did this one too. The only one he didn't really mess with too much. This was titanium. He made it blue, and then you can't tell. I'll have to take pictures. He put orange peel pattern on here.
What?
Yeah, he like I don't know. He used a machine or something and made an orange peel pattern on this.
This has to be some sort of artistic like electro type shit because that's the only way to do this.
Yeah, and then I had a couple dings right here, and he did the he smoothed it out and did the orange peel pattern on all around,
Yeah,
all around right here.
We got to get your other camera working, man. We can't see it on this one.
I know, but yeah, this is great work, man. This is probably the smoothest knife I have.
It's pretty
as far as action. Oh, and I got this in. I bought this. This is a ProTech. It's an auto knife. It's a Rockeye. They reintroduced the Rockeye, and this is their operator series, which means that there's no labeling, no nothing on here. So if you
drop
get
it
caught, no. Well, if you let's say operator, right? If you take it overseas,
you leave it in somebody's throat.
Yeah, you don't know what it is, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
There's no markings whatsoever. You got to know it's a ProTech. So yeah,
I need to get some more knives.
Yeah, and this is a Shiro that I really liked. And
that's cool.
I really screwed this one up. I tried to do this. I tried to take this off, and I kind of marred it pretty badly. And he fixed it and blacked it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just used too small of a bit or too hard of a bit, maybe?
Well, I didn't use the right bit, and I bought the bit afterwards. It wasn't for sale. It was all sold out. Like these special bits. It was all sold out. And then once I sent it to him, the bit came available again.
Huh.
Yeah, hey Barry, there's a good amount in knives here.
Yeah, but I mean, knives are one of those things that for me they're they're not right now, they're not as sought after as guns, but they're like guns. They don't depreciate.
No, a lot of these don't. Especially after the work done by this guy out in California. His name's Sean. He it usually brings up the value of the knives.
Right. At least in that circle, anyway, right?
Yeah. People really like his work, and I sent him 6 at one time.
Oh, Charles got baby goats hitting the ground. That means he's going to be getting a thermal soon.
That means we need to live stream the birthing.
Oh. Wait. Is it? Surely it's not animal cruelty when they're already about to have a kid, literally a kid goat.
A kid.
To put a camera on the baby goat's head as it's birthed.
Oh.
PETA? No? Maybe.
No. I won this one. A marathon.
That's cool. I mean, I've been working with Microtech for months to get set up with them because I just love their shit.
This is a hellhound.
That's so cool. It's big though, right? I mean, it's
huge.
That's a big OTF.
This is a Sabenza right here, and yeah,
that's a big OTF.
It's bigger than a Sabenza.
Yeah, like blade and all, blade, handle, the whole nine.
Yeah.
So I got one of those trainers in that we were supposed to buy, the knives.
Yeah.
Is there a way to make the action fucking operable?
No, I mean it's the Emerson Wave, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can, no, it's
like if I do this, it goes.
No, it's made to deploy off your pants. You just whip it out and deploy.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to do that.
Well, I'll show you off the air and you can play with that.
Teach me how to whip it out my pants.
I mean, you've done it enough. You have 6 kids. You've whipped it out plenty of times.
Just keep on doing it. It's got a better action apparently because this one's a pile of shit. But
No, I have them too. It's not very smooth.
No, and the trainer is obviously it's heavier because it's more metal, so it doesn't
Hmm.
even try to open. Trying to think what other cool shit I've got.
Well, you got 40 guns, man.
Yeah, but
Take a pick.
they're not mine, so they don't really count. Um, I try to only
Oh,
show off the stuff I'm keeping.
well, I built a T91 pistol. That's a Taiwanese gun.
That's cool.
It's a piston action.
Okay. What made you do that?
Well, I've got the rifle version, and then I thought about sending it to D Wilson to get it cut
Yeah, I would.
one, but these are like $500 for a complete upper with piston and everything.
Oh, that's not shit.
So I'm like, I'll just buy a smaller pistol upper, a short upper, and put it on a pistol instead.
I like
So
it.
this is like $500.
Dude, a little bit of gap there at
Where?
the end. Have it cut and threaded
Yeah, you can if you want, but I
just
don't
for a
know.
can. But for $500, like, I mean,
No, it's the Taiwanese military uses these,
that's pretty
and
cool.
which is pretty cool. And it shoots fine. I shot the rifle one, and it shoots great, smooth, action's good.
Huh.
I'm gonna have to go test this out later.
Yeah, I bought another PDP.
I know you jacked it for me.
Wait, that one? You were going for that one too?
I asked him how much it was. That's all. I just asked him.
Oh, I'm buying. He keeps posting stuff, so I keep buying it. I bought that AR build he had because I had a buddy looking for one, so I bought that. Bought the PDP. Now I'm about to buy a CZ from him too. I guess. Well, I got to stock
Oh
up.
no, I did not call Botkins.
Wait, who's what?
When I posted my T91 rifle, the
Mm-hmm.
complete rifle, Lucas Botkins started posting about it.
Oh, like as it was his?
No, like
Oh,
he got some too after I posted mine.
well, Adam,
Oh,
hit me up because I'm not keeping both. I'm buying stuff where I can find it right now for Review the Pew. So if you want one, just message me.
okay. That he DM'd me a pic. That's a pretty cool knife. It's like cartoony though.
What
Let
is
me see
it?
if I don't know if I can download it. God damn it.
You can
No,
do it. We have time.
no. I can't do it. The tech is. I don't have the technical knowledge to pull it from a message. I got my PDP from locally. I found it at a store.
These?
Yeah.
I still have this one sitting here. I haven't even. I want to put a. I don't know what yet, but I want to put something on it. What should I put? What's the footprint on this one? RMR probably.
No, you gotta in the box there's a QR code where you can get a plate. You can pick only one type of plate.
What's the
Depending
footprint?
depending on what plate you want, they send it to you.
Oh,
Because
so
they don't.
it'll. I could do any footprint basically. They just have.
Yeah.
So I could do. Hmm.
I mean, just don't get like some crappy optic. But yeah, all the general footprints are there, and you just scan the QR code and they'll get it to you.
I'll probably do.
509T is what I want to do on my G45.
Yeah, I don't think I want to put that on this. I think either an RMR or like an MRDS maybe,
Oh, okay, that's cool.
like or not old, but the EOTech ones.
Yeah, that I think I'm gonna do on my PDP. I think I might do a SRO.
Man, the curved shroud, the curved hood. I just can't.
I I like it. I mean, when you use it, it's like it's
Yeah,
massive.
they're good. Yeah, they're very nice, but this is so square and it's got these rectangular cuts in it. I don't know.
Then I would do the 509T because it's like squarey,
Yeah.
boxy. The
Oh,
Holosun 509T. That'd
yeah.
be sweet.
Wait, there's a shooting in what? No, I didn't hear. I mean, have y'all realized for the last 2 to 4 years we didn't have shootings, and now all of a sudden they're on every corner?
Yeah,
Fucking ridiculous.
lately. I mean, didn't a member say he was getting called out
Yeah.
to a shooting yesterday?
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
at a gas station, and like 3 of them were headshots. Yeah, that sucks.
It's fucking
Four
irritating.
injured, 3 headshots. That's insane.
It's pretty good shooting, though.
But I'm surprised it's not on TV though,
Oh, I'm
or
sure it
like on the
is.
news.
I'm sure it is, man. Cop shot a guy, killed him. Well, guess we'll find out what happened. So, did you see? I recently saw what's the dude's name? Famous dude that is pretty conservative, but he's like a Jewish dude married to a black lady.
Married to.
Fuck, what's his name? Cohen? No. Hold on. Spike something? Fuck. Anyway, I don't remember his name. It slipped my mind right now. But he posted a deal. Oh, Ben Shapiro. I was close. Whatever.
Is he married to a black chick?
Yeah, a real pretty one too. She's doesn't they don't fit because he's like the goofy nerdy guy that you just. I mean, he's very smart.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, his wife is like supermodel status. I would assume in my eyes.
No,
But
she's white as you, man.
is she?
I just did Ben Shapiro's wife.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else then. There's one of those loud nerdy dudes on social media that's dated or married to a like a supermodel lady. But anyway, I think it was him. He posted a deal on one of these human rights activists, people that were screaming about a cop shooting someone and killing them and how it was wrongful and this and that. Well, one of these guys put him through a training with a sheriff's department.
Oh yeah.
Where they were
I've seen
using Sims rounds and stuff, and the guy
Yeah.
at the end of it, he was like, "Man, I completely fucked up. I did not realize the amount of pressure." He was like, "It's easy from behind a TV screen to say, why did he shoot him? We see the body cam footage. What happened?" But when he was getting bum rushed by guys without a weapon, he was shooting on like every time he'd pull out his blue gun and just pop them. Like, I do think that. Trying to think. I do think that's. I made a comment on there, and I'm already getting some shit talking for it. But I think that's a really good way to do things on both sides, right? Education.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Be both parties. You want to be the guy telling cops not to shoot him, or you want to be the other end? Like, do both. Let people feel what it's like. But that I don't know. You can't do that to the masses. But
no, I mean that's ideal, right? That way you learn the opposite side.
Yeah.
Or at least a different perspective, right?
Yeah. Just give it a shot. Or maybe it's Bill Burr that I'm thinking of. I can't remember, man. I don't really.
Bill Burr's pretty hilarious.
I'm not a big celebrity guy. I don't really. I don't know. Really.
Yeah, Bill Burr's straight razor. Like, I mean, I use like the razor blade, like
okay.
The box cutters.
Yeah. No, straight razors, like the actual folding old school
okay, those
straight razors. Those can get expensive, but I'll say this: stone sharpening. Lee Todd just bought a
Wicked Edge.
Stupid knife sharpener. So I don't see him breaking out stones anytime soon.
No, I'm just gonna use my Wicked Edge the whole time. But yeah, okay. If we're talking about those straight razors where you like cut
the real ones, yes.
Okay, those are rad.
Yeah, because you can get some fancy ones like Damascus etched, like $1,200 straight razors.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It's okay. So it's Spike Cohen that I'm thinking of.
I don't know who that is.
Close. Didn't I say both names? I just said them with different people's first and last names.
Yeah, Spike Cohen. I can't remember what that is.
I don't know. I don't keep track. But
I guess I'll
look
that up.
Since we talked last, DMX died.
Yeah.
Celebrities, wonderful. Hate it for his family. Seemed like a really cool guy. What else? That's it, right?
So Tasha Cohen is his wife.
Is that who I'm thinking of?
Yeah. Spike Cohen, Tasha Cohen. Yep.
Is she like supermodel-y?
I guess.
That might be exaggeration, but she's pretty, whatever.
Yeah.
If you're on TV and you're pretty, you're supermodel.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's good. Let's see.
I've got some other stuff. The one random question I have for viewers, and if you do, don't worry, we're not going to bring you up right now. Can anybody out there do impressions, like good ones? I want to have an impression contest. Like there's some people out there that can do some stupid awesome impressions, right? Like
Yeah,
really
you got
good.
serious talent to do that.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised. I want to know what members have random talents. Like um, impressions is a big one because I want to do. I have a lot of things like one-liners that I would love to have somebody that does impressions really well to read.
Hmm.
Not that we would say Obama said this or
Yeah,
Biden said this, but it would be really cool if we could pretend like they did.
yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
Um, wait, sad barking? I'd hear that. I don't know what
Yeah,
that means.
I don't either. But
Can you?
yeah, I mean, an impressionist would be freaking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people out there with some pretty incredible talents, and
Yeah.
like, what would we? I'm trying to think if you could pick one thing to have somebody say. I have a lot. I think like I can, I can get my old lady to talk in a British accent. Okay, so we could have Queen Elizabeth on, like just via audio only.
I
British,
mean,
English, same shit.
I guess let's go back to the singing thing that we did last time.
Yeah,
Did people like that? Did people enjoy that
I
segment?
mean,
I thought it was hilarious.
first off, we thought it was funny, and second off, does it really fucking matter if they did? But I
Yeah,
hope they
yeah,
did. I
yeah,
thought it was great.
yeah. I mean, I want to do it again. This time, I don't know. We gotta change it up a little bit. Maybe cue up the videos or the
Well,
musics to the
I
point where we want them to
I don't
start
think
listening.
I don't think it was a queuing up part that was rough. I think we just blindsided people. I think next time we say, "Hey guys, if you enjoy music and you know who literally anyone is in the
Hmm.
music world,
Yeah,
Ian, um, come on and let's have a contest, right? Like a real one." Uh,
yeah. I mean, that was
oh,
funny.
I get it. Sad barking because DMX always barked. I get it. I get it. I get it. But okay, so we got a couple people saying yes, it was funny.
Um, I think I
That's
think
true.
next time we need to have a DMX song. Yeah, yeah, we blindsided them. That
I
was
just
pretty
thought about.
hilarious.
So imagine, and this is going to give it away, but what? There's 20 people watching. They won't tell anybody. We do the DMX song, like we do, say 10 of them, right?
Yeah.
But we only pause it right when he barks, and we just get four people to bark repeatedly on. It would get old after a few minutes, but for the first few times, it'd be fucking great.
Oh, wait a minute. Barry was talking about mega backorder fiasco.
They
What's the fiasco?
they
I know I ordered.
oversold. They oversold like a motherfucker.
Oh,
So
I did not know that.
I don't know how you do that. Like, right? Like I
I
have a
mean, on
website.
websites you have inventory control. You
You
go, you have
you,
10 of them here.
you absolutely do. And you either check allow back order or no allow back order.
Yeah.
And now I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. When Review the Pew first started and the website would lag a little bit, it would oversell by accident, but like at most 10. So I just refund the last 10. Like, sorry guys, now it won't do that.
Oh,
But
great.
I'm a dude with a laptop. This is a fucking manufacturer. How are you overselling? Like it's not a hard thing to fix. So
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but hopefully mine went through. That sucks because mine hasn't shipped yet,
yeah, but
and
just
now
remember it's Mega's not Mega anymore. Mega's
it's
just
Zev.
Zev. So
Yeah,
even though they oversold, give them a couple weeks, they'll crank out some more and everybody will get their orders. So that's cool.
yeah, they'll probably be
You wanna give him a shot?
what? Give what shot?
He said we'll bark for swag.
And we sent him swag already.
I know, he can shut the fuck up. I can't remember everybody's nicknames on here.
And they oversold
Oh,
by hours. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, they screwed that one up then.
yeah, that's pretty fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Does Ian
Um,
understand what? Probably not.
I don't know. I mean, I asked this other guy. I told this other guy about our singing competition thing,
Yeah.
and I mentioned regulators, and he's about my age, and he's like, I don't know that song. I'm like, what?
How?
I'm like, what?
Okay. I've got the new contest.
What's that?
Okay. So we'll give away something cool. Like nothing fucking expensive. Like 2 rounds of 9mm. I think that's pretty cool nowadays.
I mean, that's like $8.
I want people to go to not necessarily a public place, but just go somewhere where other strangers are around. And how should we do this? Like record themselves screaming, regulators. And I promise you, you can go to fucking Walmart on a Sunday at noon and multiple people are going to yell mount up afterwards. They have to.
That's funny.
But I do want to see. Maybe they'll get crickets. But I think you do it the first time, people will be like, what the fuck? But I think the second time, they'll do it.
That's
funny. What do you think? What would you do? If I was in Walmart and I heard somebody yell that, oh, I'm on it. Now, if Ian does, he'd probably like draw his pistol and think he's under attack. But
I don't know if I would respond to that. I'd be like, you're crazy.
Yeah, but if it was any other song, like if somebody who's in Walmart started singing the Macarena, sure, I'd probably run the opposite direction. But this is one of those songs that I kind of expect people to know. But
apparently not a lot of people know. It's kind of crazy.
I don't know. I'm kind of offended by it. But again, it could be I'd say a cultural thing, but it can't be that because I went to like the most redneck school on the planet. So that doesn't.
I went to the most, I lived in a white neighborhood, right? So it was like basically 99% white. And that was played all the time.
Yeah, it's everywhere, but
yeah,
I don't know. Hopefully if we could bring culture to just 2 people, that's what matters.
Ian learned a lesson.
Oh yeah,
and that was good.
You learned the fucking hard way. So okay, again, of the 20 people watching, you guys cannot nor do you know anybody that does impressions. Even if you can't and you think you're kind of good at it, I don't need a professional. I just want a few people that can do impressions.
Like, do you have a specific person that you want to impersonate, or do you just want general impressionists?
No, that's part of the fun. Like, off the top of my head, I'd like to get Biden to say a few things. I'd like to get Trump to say a few things. I'd like Steve Harvey to say a couple things.
Okay.
There's tons of people that I'd just have say off the wall shit. Like, if Biden said he pulled cactus out of Trump's ass and then Trump agreed, but had that in a snippet of recording, it's gold. It's radio gold.
I see what you're saying.
But
I pulled cactus out of someone's ass too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens to a lot of people.
It happens sometimes.
But then we would take like recommendations from like members watching live, right? And whatever they said, we do it. And then we take those little snippets of audio and you could do anything you wanted with them.
That would be funny. Or we can have them like call like a store or something and start talking to them.
Oh, fuck. Prank calls. Man, that's good. If we could have the right person call and fuck with some stores about like COVID vaccines or something. Like if Biden called Walgreens,
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So speaking of COVID vaccines, my local mall here, I guess the one of the department stores, I want to say Sears, closed down. So they're using that space where Sears was
mm-hmm.
as a COVID vaccine center. Really, really shady looking. On the outside, it's like a banner. It says a huge banner that says COVID vaccine here.
Like handwritten in crayon.
Yeah. I was like, that is the worst looking, most creepiest looking COVID vaccine center I've ever seen. And I didn't even know there were centers like that. Like a huge.
They're popping up everywhere.
I didn't know that.
So because of the manufacturing shelf life, um, pretty much anybody, not anybody, but anybody that's trained can purchase and issue vaccines.
Mm.
So as long as you have a group of fucking CNAs, like $12 an hour, 6-week course at your local fucking
Yeah.
technical school, they can, with a doctor backing them, they can purchase these and administer them just
Wow.
like crazy. So I don't know. So we I think we've talked about this, but I released a statement at our company this week of basically like, guys, look, you want to do it, you can do it. Because there's so many talks about being able to travel, and they're calling a passport and a ticket to
Yeah.
freedom and all this bullshit. But I did see today that there's an article out stating that companies can legally require individuals to receive this
Really.
vaccine. So
When did that? That's wild.
it seems odd because there wasn't a piece of legislation that passed in that amount of time, right?
Yeah.
So which means this is something that was technically already legal.
Yeah, that law requiring that it's okay for companies to require something like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay, that's like me saying, well, that's not true. There's not a shot for obesity, so that doesn't work. But
Well, I guess I
the
mean if
flu,
schools require it for you to go to school unless you have a religious purpose, right?
certain ones,
So
yes.
yeah, so I guess it's the same thing that goes to the workforce then, right?
Yes, but like, what are they? Tuberculosis and um,
Like whooping cough.
whooping cough. But all those are not vaccines that came out within the last 6 months.
Right.
So I don't think now the argument that I see a lot are, okay, well, let's say when tuberculosis was around and that vaccine came out. You don't think there was naysayers about that too? Sure, I get the principle of the fact that we've created something, but even back then, there was a certain process that had to be done in order to do it. Basically, what we've done is we've expedited the process and said, here's,
Yeah.
we did 200 people, 20 of them had adverse side effects. The other 180 didn't. We're pushing it
Mm,
through type deal, but we didn't really give it time. So I see both sides.
yeah. Did you get the vaccine?
No,
I did. I got my first shot.
I don't have a reason to right now, right? I mean, I travel, but I traveled many, many times over the last year, probably 4 times as many times as most regular people. I keep my distance from people. I don't foresee
Yeah.
right now. I don't foresee a need.
You know, Grandy, the Dr. Joe, who was on a while ago, he can talk more about this. He said it's pretty safe because of how they did it,
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's safe. I could agree with that, but
it's because Trump pumped a lot of money into this already established type of research apparently
sure.
to generate this kind of vaccine, but there was no money to expedite it. And when Trump
Yeah.
pumped all that money in, it made it all work, and
So
it's
it's not
supposedly okay.
for me. It's not even that. It's not even the speed thing. I think even if I get it and I have the side effects that most of these people have, which are like 104-degree fever for 3-4 days,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be fine. I'll bounce back from that. But it's like the flu shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some years I get it, some years I don't.
Right. Right.
I personally, our little 6-month-old is, or six, she's not 6 months old anymore. Our 1-year-old basically, or I guess from four
Too
down.
many kids, man. I get it.
Well,
Too many kids.
I was trying to think of who the high risk one was, right?
Yeah.
6-month-old, pretty high risk. 4-year-old, relatively, but they're all out of the woods now. So for me, it's like, do I need to go get? I don't mind if tomorrow I had to go to Saudi Arabia for work.
Yeah.
I'd get it because I would have to in order to travel to a lot of these countries. But right now, I don't see a need, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the primary age groups, like of where everybody was high risk, right? Because
All right.
a lot of people say like 4 to 6 months and below, but then others say, if they're not healthy, it could be up to 4 or 5 years. I'm trying to think from other people's standpoints why they would get it. Like for you, I feel like you're around a lot of people and you do travel for your hobby job. So
Yeah. I'm around a lot of people, and my mom's on oxygen, so
exact. So that's, yeah,
so I have to,
you've
because
got a high risk reason.
if I get it and somehow give it to her, I mean, I'm not gonna forgive myself, right?
Of course, I would
Yeah.
do that too. Like V's dad got it because he had to have a procedure done on his
Hmm.
elbow, so he had to have it
Hmm.
before surgery. Cool, you got a reason. I right now personally do not have a reason. I flew multiple times back when it was like unheard of to even enter an airport.
Hmm.
And again, I just keep my distance.
Right.
I don't plan on being near anyone to do that. Now, when I go up there and we're rolling with everybody, that'll probably push me to consider it because I'm just going to
Yeah.
be like nut to butt with some stranger, and
I mean,
we'll see.
that's what you like. You like strangers, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'd prefer to do it with either you or Lee, but I guess
Okay.
if I have to branch out, I will.
I
Um,
mean, gotta spread the seed.
Not anymore. I don't. But yeah, I mean, we released a statement making it very clear that we're exploring other countries as far as work, right? Biden
Hmm.
is doing what he can to make sure that U.S. oil and gas production is going to be, he's going to do what he can to fuck that right up, right?
Right.
But he made a huge move towards the new electric cars, which they have a place that's great. But have you seen a fucking lithium mine?
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's like it's destroying the earth.
Yeah. Now, that one hole in the ground, which can be
It's not a
miles,
hole.
miles.
It's huge.
It's miles, but that one gaping wad of death in the earth versus the amount of emissions by petroleum. Okay, no doubt. I agree. There's a place for electric cars or in
Yeah.
electric, wind, solar. That's great. There's a place for all of it. However, the whole deal is just kind of crazy to me. So we're obviously branching out we're seeking other countries because if we're going to import oil, we might as well be part of the production of that oil
Right.
when we
Right.
can deliver it.
Right.
Um, have you watched that? There's a Netflix series on commercial fishing, Seaspiracy, I think it's called.
Oh, I haven't looked at it. I haven't watched
It's
it yet.
good. It's good. The one besides the crazy amount of information, which I don't eat a lot of store bought fish anyway, so it doesn't really change
Hmm.
anything for me. But the one piece of information that I saw was that Shell oil spill that everybody's
Yeah.
familiar with, right? That was
Up in Alaska.
no, down on the coast,
Oh,
Gulf.
okay. Okay.
Um,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's slipping my mind right now, but yeah, the big famous one that
Okay.
poured however many million
Oh, the
barrels.
one.
The movies after and all that shit.
Yeah. 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 It like it was on a rig, right? That
It was
it just kept coming out.
the floating rig. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that platform rig underneath had multiple, basically propellers, not really, they're turbines, but that kept it stationary. But anyway, which is crazy if you think about a pipe going in the ground,
Yep.
that was keeping it. But anyhow, so did you know that that oil spill killed? There's no telling how much wildlife, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely tragic. That was negligent. That was preventable. That was a complete fuck up, and those guys are in prison for it.
Oh,
Um,
really?
oh yeah, but when that BP spill happened, the sea life actually it was beneficial for them
What?
because the fishing stopped.
Oh, shit.
No bullshit. The oil contaminated the water so much that they could not commercially harvest fish,
Yeah.
and it actually helped the marine life, dumping millions of barrels of oil over the course of how many months,
Oh,
helped
that's crazy.
the ocean. So now I'm not defending it. That should have never happened. But the point is, like, we're going down a trip right now where you let's say we change 10% of all vehicles to
Right.
electric. Cool, great. why would we stop production here just to import it from somewhere else?
So it's crazy. I was talking to my friends from California. They're pretty smart dudes, and they were talking about if we stopped emission from vehicles
Yeah,
right now,
just
it
stop.
would only change about 3 to 5% of the total emission that's being
Yeah,
put
yeah,
out in the world.
yeah.
He says most of the emissions are coming from steel mines, or not steel mine, manufacturing of steel.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
but
That's most of the emissions are coming
but
from
how
that.
do you stop using steel?
Exactly. So it's not like the vehicles are doing the majority of the emission problems.
No, no.
It's the steel
But
factories.
again, just like okay, to tie back to that, just like the fucking straw thing, right?
Hmm.
They showed that one video that sea turtle getting the straw pulled out of its nose, and
Yeah.
everybody's going to stop using straws. Do you know? And again, watch that Seaspiracy thing, dude. It'll change your perspective a little bit.
Okay.
The plastic that's in the ocean,
Yeah.
it's not from us. It's not from people. It's like fishing nets and shit dumped in the ocean by fishermen. Like the plastic straws and cups and bottles that are floating in the ocean, sure, they're a problem. There shouldn't be any. But
Right.
the plastic is not straws and stuff. It's
Well,
waste. It's nets. It's shit
yeah,
like that.
I know Asian countries have that problem too. They just dump stuff in the ocean. It's not necessarily like the Western countries that are doing that.
No, no, it's
But
not.
yeah.
But yeah, watch it. It's not gonna like, oh my gosh, I'm never eating fish again. I mean, I watched it and then ordered sushi a few days later. It doesn't really change things for me, but it does put things.
what about the radiated fish from Japan that's coming over?
I didn't see that, but
No, the power plant.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah.
I
Mm,
wonder how screwed up those fish are.
I bet they're good though.
I don't know.
Self-cooking fish. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's the thing. Um, crank up. Yeah. So here's the problem: is you guys remember when oil kind of dipped down and it was projecting negative numbers? Just to be clear, it never hit negative dollars a barrel.
This
That's
was like a year or so ago, right?
roughly about 2 months into really heavy COVID.
Yeah.
Everybody said, "Oh, oil hit negative $14." It never hit. That's a projection. Oil does not. Sure, it dipped and it kicked a lot of us in the teeth, but you're not going to have negative dollars a barrel of oil, right?
Right.
Oil has
Right.
built the world. But so $3 a gallon, right, of gas.
Right.
That is for oil and gas companies. Sure, we're making money.
Yeah.
But just remember, we don't have some free gas card. We have to pay more in fuel, in trucking, in moving rigs, and moving tools, and
Yeah. Right.
all of that costs us more money. So for most of us, if we could be like kind of early mid twos, even like $1.80, $2 somewhere, that's perfect. That's a happy medium. The problem is everybody was saying back when it dropped to negative that we had so much reserve that we had nowhere to put it. That was the
Hmm.
misconception going around. Sure, here we have tons of reserves,
Right.
but we had become one of the top exporters of natural gas, and we were starting to export more oil as well when historically we buy oil from other companies,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Yet we have tons right under our feet. So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. But I don't, what I'm trying to wrap my head around is why. Why would Biden want to import oil versus harvest the stuff we have here if it's truly the earth, right?
Yeah.
The earth as a whole.
Well, I guess maybe money, right? Maybe he has stuff invested in Middle East where he's making a bunch of money if oil gets bought up from over there.
Maybe, but I feel like oil tycoons could walk into his office and be like, look, osteoporosis, we can give you
X dollars
this much more money.
if you just
And
let us drill.
yeah, and when you drill overseas, the regulations are completely different. So if it actually has to do with saving the planet here in the US, that's what I deal with every day, right? It's the
Yeah.
environmental impacts and health and safety impacts and all that. we do so much more here than and over there. You spill something on the ground, no big deal. Here, if we spill 1 cup
Right.
of oil, we have to report it. We have
Yep.
to clean it. And I'm not talking clean it like we used to, like just get a shovel and flip some dirt upside
No,
down.
no, you got to
No,
environmentally
you
do
have
it.
to collect it,
Yeah.
measure it, put dirt back, and like all this. It's not just, oh, we spilled some oil, no big fucking
Dude,
deal.
we rented to the Schlumberger,
Hmm. Hmm.
this yard,
Yep.
and they vacated. They left because the downturn. They
Hmm.
left last year,
Hmm.
and they didn't even do any oil stuff. They just had oil in like some of their pipes
Yeah.
that dripped to the soil,
Hmm.
and they did a whole decontamination of the yard.
Yep. They will.
Be-
I mean,
I was like, okay, you didn't do any oil here. This was just all pipes and stuff, but oil from the pipes kind of leaked down
oh yeah.
on occasion. And they're like, "Oh, we'll just do a whole decontamination." I'm like, "Sounds good to me."
Oh, and dude, I'm
I
telling
was
you,
happy
like,
about it.
people don't realize the impact. And I'm biased, right? I
Yeah,
am. I've been in oil and gas since I got out of the military. That was what I went
yeah,
into almost straight away. So I'm kind of biased here, but the amount of stuff that we do and pay and the schools we build and the donations and football
right.
fields, all the shit. You see these poor little towns now that like Wyoming. I think I
Yeah,
looked the other day, there was 8 rigs in the
yeah,
state of Wyoming.
yeah. It's pretty low.
That's awful.
Yeah,
I mean, we barely have an office there now. We
really.
Yeah, we had those 2 big buildings. They sold the big one.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
It's gone. We moved an entire division to Texas because for the foreseeable future, there's nothing going on. So
No, no, unfortunately.
I heard that Wyoming is trying to push a lot of the BLM land
Right.
to state owned
Hmm.
because once they do that, then they can drill
Right. Right. Right.
again. It makes you wonder why can places legalize marijuana and all these other drugs and they can't just say fuck you, we're drilling.
Well, going back to the like the green energy stuff, we have a lot of wind turbines here, right?
Yeah,
They're huge. They're massive.
yeah,
I don't know if anyone's ever seen them, but just the blades alone is like,
100 foot.
dude, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous when it's on a truck
yeah,
driving
mm-hmm.
and to make a turn, it stops all traffic when it's
Yeah,
trying to make a turn,
yeah.
and it's like you're sitting there for at least 15 minutes for it to turn. In any event, when they have to replace those blades, which I don't know how often it does,
I think it's 15 to 20, 25 years, somewhere in there max. Is
it's
there?
not biodegradable.
No, it's fiberglass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have some in our landfill because they paid, whatever company paid us to put it in our landfill. They're
yep,
humongous,
yep,
and they're going to be in the landfill forever.
yeah.
They're getting buried forever.
Hmm. But they're out of sight, right?
Yeah,
They're green energy. We have some on our place up here in Texas.
yeah,
We,
it's
we,
crazy.
we can drive right up to them and look up, and they are massive. I mean, they're massive. Now, what they have done, I can tell you
What's
this
that?
because they're on both sides. They're on our most north side of our property, and they're on the most southern side, and they
Yeah,
run east to west.
yeah,
And on both sides, since our dove, migratory birds, right?
yeah.
Well, I don't know if they're technically migratory, but anyway, our dove hunting has been almost obsolete.
Oh,
Usually
because
it's really good, but lately,
yeah,
I mean, you see all the impacts it has of um, killing bats and eagles and hawks and
yeah,
migratory birds and all this. Now, no matter what you do on the planet, you're gonna fuck somebody up. Like that's just,
right,
I get it. It's just, again, there's a place, but we
right.
can't just pretend like that's going to replace things because our horizon is gone. I mean, you just have these big fans,
Yeah, it's crazy.
and the surface impact that it has is 10 times what
And it uses a bunch of oil too.
yeah, it does. I mean, in theory, it's not a ton, but
But still, it uses
it
oil.
does. Yeah, it uses oil, and it takes oil to move stuff and to get them out there. And you've got 14 cranes running and a helicopter hanging lines, and I mean, It's just we have this black or white sensation in
Even
America
if
where,
it's even if
yeah,
it's green energy, it requires petroleum products to get it done.
dude, I have told multiple engineers who have not only the brain power to do this, but theoretically the funding. I have been trying. Oil and gas and wind turbine guys will literally fist fight in parking lots about who's better, right? But I'm not kidding. And it's because the wind guys can't stand oil and gas because most people in the wind energy industry,
Hmm.
they lost their jobs in oil and gas and they can't make
Yeah.
that kind of money again, which I get it. I'd be salty too, but there's not a black and white scenario here.
Hmm.
So all the pump jacks that you see, right?
Yeah.
And on natural gas side, it's generators, right?
Right.
They use or compressors. Sorry, they use compressors to compress gas, send it back so it comes back even better. Pump jacks, same thing. You're pumping oil out. Those take fuel to run.
Right.
They're not just sitting running off of happiness and sunshine. Like,
Right. Exactly.
put a fucking wind turbine on all of those.
Sure.
Use kind of tie both industries together. Sure, we can have like basically what we do is you have the pipeline that comes out, right? Goes into a compressor. Let's use that. That compressor runs off of the natural gas that's pulled out of the ground, basically.
Hmm.
And if you work for the smart company, we tie that line in before the meter, so it's not getting counted, so they don't get
Sure.
charged for fuel.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
throw a wind turbine, like throw 2 or 3 wind turbines within a half a mile,
Yeah.
turn all those into electric, and so sure, they'll still have their gas operations, but when the pump jack's moving on fuel, it's helping to charge the battery
Mm.
that's being charged by the wind. When the wind is down, we still run fuel, but we could cut down on consumption, use the wind industry to make everybody happy and make it all work, but they'll never do that because it's
No.
not about saving the planet, it's about money.
Yeah.
But
It's always about money, right?
it is, man, and I get it, but uh, I've worked on some wind construction, like wind turbine plants. These guys were paying 2 guys close to $100,000 a year. They sat in their own like single wide mobile home.
Hmm.
They were environmental impact reduction something or other title. When rattlesnakes would come on location, they would come out with a bucket and tongs, put it in the bucket, walk it about 200-300 yards off location and dump them on the ground, and then go back and play Xbox. That's all they did. We knocked on their door when there was a snake because we weren't allowed to kill the snakes.
Wow. Wow. Interesting.
That was their job. But anyway,
That's what my smart friends out in California, that's what they're saying. They're like, we should be using nuclear.
mm-hmm.
The modern tech is
Yeah,
good enough to where it's very, very safe.
yeah,
It's the stigma that there's going to be a Chernobyl sort of event
yeah.
that is making everyone a little nervous about it. But technology now is way better than Chernobyl days and way
Oh
better
yeah.
than the Japanese nuclear power plant days.
Well, there's
We just got to,
regulations, right?
yeah, we got to update these plants that are doing nuclear so that nothing catastrophic happens. But yeah, if we build a new nuclear plant right now, I think it should be fine.
We have a couple nuclear plants south of us. They have massive lakes right there that help cool the plant,
Cool, yeah,
and there's fucking freshwater redfish. Which, if you're a fisherman, that's really cool to hit redfish in the freshwater.
yeah,
It's warm water, right? The lake's
yeah,
warm because of the nuclear plant. But the problem is, for most, what you might be a little bit different but for most people, nuclear sites for countries like us, that's a target. That's a huge target.
right, right,
Like,
right.
I think that's a lot of it. And the other aspect is nuclear to run homes and to help sustain stuff like that. It seems like a no-brainer.
Right.
I mean,
It's clean.
yeah, it's clean. It's just if they could figure out a way to take a nuclear plant and put that sumbitch underground,
That's what I was just gonna say.
it would pass instantly. Nobody'd have to see it.
Underground and probably in the middle of the country, right? Just like how they put all the stealth bombers in the middle of the country.
Mhm.
So if we're trying to
We have
getting
time to,
invaded, we have
yeah,
time. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
But again, how do you, let's say we do that and we take, I don't know, what's a middle of the country state that produces like fucking corn and nothing really else?
Nebraska.
Okay, let's take Nebraska, the whole state, and put a nuclear plant underneath it. How do you then?
That'll power the world.
It would, but how do you then get that power everywhere? Then you've got the same issue we have with fucking.
Like the lines and everything.
You'd have to have some sort of infrastructure to support that and get it. Then you'd have to have switch stations to take that energy and convert it in. I mean, that's what it is. And again,
it takes a lot of money.
It takes a lot. That's trillions. Imagine if we didn't give a $1.9 trillion stimulus to a bunch of lazy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Could have done a pretty cool nuclear plant, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, Lincoln, Nebraska is the geographical center of the contingency. So let's just take that and not like make everybody leave. Just put a nuclear plant under them. But
I don't know. That would solve a lot of these energy issues.
So that's not the case down here, Colin. I have allegedly drank a lot of beer and drove a boat right up to the fucking nuclear plant, and they do not give two fucks, like, at all. There's not, I mean, you can't get super close. We didn't like try to drive through the gates, but you can get, I mean, I could throw a fishing line and hit the place, but again, what are we going to do even if we have a bomb?
So Ryan says my buddy works at a nuke plant out there, and says someone could fly a 747 into the side of the cooling tower and it wouldn't even shake the inside.
I believe that.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm not assuming it's a tin can that's just there, but again, it's a fucking eyesore, and it's the mental aspect. If you could tell me that my house could run on natural gas for fuel, like heating and cooking, and then nuclear energy for everything else, sign me the fuck up. And if you could somehow harness that nuclear energy to run things like pump jacks and rigs and all that, oh, dude, take every fucking wind turbine you've got and shove it up somebody's ass, because I'm in.
Yeah.
That's.
I think California has a nuclear plant, right next to Camp Pendleton.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the coast. I mean, isn't that scary?
I guess, but again, like you said, I mean, a bomb hitting that, you would have to somehow get clearance to infiltrate the actual
airspace
establishment and then somehow plant. I mean,
oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
But now, if somebody sent a nuke over to nuke the nuke plant, different story, right?
Right.
But again, underground. But yeah, it's not going to happen. I mean, libertarians like to scream nuclear energy. Just like a lot of the shit libertarians scream, it does not make fucking sense. Now, maybe in your children's children and my children's children's lifetime, they'll see it. When we're grandparents and we're still doing this shit show and we're like, remember when we talked about
regulators?
Yeah.
Remember regulators?
Oh, by then that song will be so lost. But that will make sense. Then by then we will probably have a way to minimize the size of nuclear plants.
Probably. I mean, it can be
kind of bring it down
the size of a house, right?
Yeah. Well, there's cell phone towers that look like trees, and go near Fort Worth, the compressor stations, the natural gas compressor stations, they're built inside of these really badass looking barns, massive barns, but they just look like an old farm barn.
Oh, cool.
But inside are oil and gas plants. Figure out a way to do that and make it less of an eyesore. Maybe put some fucking wind turbines on top that just sit there and spin. You could probably get it done.
Yeah.
You probably get it passed. Joe Schmo's on fire tonight.
I don't know who Joe Schmo is, but he just subscribed. Thank
Neither
you.
do I, but I can bet you money that he's a libertarian just by the way he's like talking about nuclear energy so much. You can just feel it. Atomic City.
Mhm. Well,
That's
I
kind of
mean, I hope we at least attempt more nuclear. That way, we can remedy any energy issues.
the other. I guess the other thing of nuclear energy is wind turbines and oil and gas.
Hmm.
I can take literally a felon out of prison that doesn't know anything else other than turn a steering wheel and put a gas pedal down. They can come work in that industry.
Mm.
You can't really do that with nuclear energy, right?
I don't know what plasma is.
I don't know. You have it in your blood.
Yeah, I know, but like plasma energy, I have no idea. I mean, that's like beyond
What the fuck?
my
How?
level.
Oh, good. He's got another profile on top of his other profile to catfish us from.
Joe Schmo, Grandy, whatever.
Yeah.
It's all.
You can unsubscribe whenever you want, Matt. I don't give a fuck. Um, if that is even your name. Yeah, I mean, the plasma thing, let's do more research and we'll talk shit on it next time on Thursday.
I'm not gonna research that, man.
I do. I'm interested. I'm all about other industries because here's the thing: if you guys eventually figure out a way to kill oil and gas industry, I still got to eat. So gas is burning in a vacuum. Okay, so it just creates like a super. Wait a
Hot.
minute. The only way to burn gases in a vacuum is to add oxygen to the vacuum in order to burn it, just like we do in space, right? I can't take a lighter and light gasoline in space because there's no
There's no.
oxygen to burn.
All right.
So they have to send up usually liquid oxygen, if I remember correctly, to mix with the fuel in the ignition source to make a boom. So while plasma, maybe it's when you do it enough, it like sustains its energy for a while, but we need to research. We're going to sound like assholes.
Yeah, this is a level I didn't expect.
Yeah, this
Level
is
of
intelligent as
academic.
fuck.
Yeah, this level academic
Let's do
is
something dumb. Y'all want to sing a song?
not something that I was expecting here.
Lita, take your shirt off.
You don't want to see what's underneath.
Sensed it. I guess we're about an hour in. I was gonna try to do a short show tonight just because the time. It's 11 o'clock here. But what do you have? Is that a new one or same one?
This is another one I won. It's another Protec. It's a Newport. It's small.
Man, that tip just I'd break that motherfucker off in about a day.
Yeah. Well, this one you won't.
No. I want to buy that one.
This is one of the best Protecs apparently, and they I don't know why they took it away. They finally brought it back this year.
What's it called? The Protec Incognito or
Rockeye.
something?
Rockeye. The brand's called the model is Rockeye, but this one's the Operator series.
I'm gonna order one if I can find it. Out of stock. Way to fucking go. Typical Lee.
Yeah, they're
Oh wait, found one.
they're
Boom.
out of stock pretty quickly.
I found one. Oh, fucking liar! Don't you hate that when you're Google searching and it says in stock and then you click it and it says out of stock?
Yep, that happens.
All right. Well, if anybody can find me,
They'll come back in stock. Probably not for a while because they all the Rockeyes just came up and they are all sold out. This production run are basically all sold out.
all right. Well, I'm gonna research plasma energy this week to learn more.
What's ITER? ITER.
It's just the restrictions. I'm
That's
guessing.
ITAR, right?
Well, that's
That's for
export.
guns. Yeah.
That's export of technology and equipment. So ITER, I would assume, is restrictions here.
For energy.
Yeah, has to be. Anyway, we'll cut it short. We're an hour and 5. I think that's a good stopping point. I got to pack and get stuff ready for tomorrow.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thursday?
Thursday-ish. Yeah.
Ish. Find me somebody that can do impressions. Somebody out there. You guys can do it.
Yeah.
Wait, we're how are we gaining viewers as it gets later? I don't want to quit, but I feel like
I don't know if you maybe show some skin to get rid of viewers. Is that what you're trying to do? Oh my God.
all right, Thursday it is.
All right. See you guys. Thanks
Bye,
for
guys.
watching.